Hello everyone on Cymatic TV, how you doing? This is a video going to be about the X flare that went off in the last sort of like 3 or 4 days, but there was also a filament energy that went off on the sun, and we're going to be seeing how that's affecting basically through your star signs, so doing individual readings according to your star signs about the elements that are around you according to the Astroflower. Now the Astroflower is a system that I created over a period of 20 years whilst working as a energy therapist, where I've seen huge amounts of people would be doing it for 20 years and seeing auras and stuff like that, and just working out that and seeing the elements that are affecting people on the outside. So we're going to be doing that. It's going to be time stamped at the end of the video, but first of all we're going to go into the sun. So without further ado, let's roll that tape.
Don't believe, just know. Cymatic TV, turning vibration into reality.
So here you have the sun next to me. It was over the period going from the 15th through to the 18th, as far as I can tell, or the 14th through to the 17th. And there was an X flare, an X 3.3. It has been directed away from the Earth, to out in front of us. Now there is no real connection, geomagnetic connections to that section of the sun, so it's not really going to be affecting the Earth in great deals. Most of the plasma is going to be missing the Earth, so we'll be getting a bit of a side swipe, but I wouldn't have thought we'll see that much in the way of effect on the geomagnetic observations of the physical part of the Earth. Obviously we can feel it in the vibrations of the Earth through ley lines, through our own body, our chakras and our aura. So yeah, here it is here. And the funny thing is there was another thing that went off at the same time. This will help you to understand the readings as well. Now that's an X flare, that's a solar flare, so that's mainly going to be air and fire energies that are coming our way or producing out into the solar system. And also above it, as you can well see here, there was a filament eruption that went off just before, and there's this to and froing as well that's going on. So you can see that there's a slight bit going on before it's sun or solar facing, and then you have the filament energy, and then you have the solar flare next to it. So then therefore we're getting a lot of stuff that's going on around, because even the filament energy is going way up north and over the top of the Earth, as it were, into the solar system. But it is affecting the energy that is around us. So we're going to be concentrating on air, fire and water basically as we go through your readings. Yes, it's for each individual sign. As I say, it's time stamped as well. There is one other thing that I'd like to sort of pay attention to, is this sunspot that's coming through, and this will be in our periphery in the next sort of 4 or 5 days, so it's something for you to keep an eye out on. We'll certainly be keeping an eye out here on this channel, and we'll also be doing an energy update at a church this week to get the vibrations and the chakra sequencing and the message from the Earth from a beautiful church which is just around our way. In the meantime, let's just go straight on to those readings, shall we? So after all that technical stuff about the sun, the Earth's energies, the earthquakes, the wind maps, and also your auras and your aura and your chakras, let's just see how it plays out with the Astroflower. Now the Astroflower is a system I created that came out of doing multitudes of years of energy healing and seeing a vast amount of people and just noticing rhythms and connections due to when they're born, so basically their star signs. So we're going to be looking at here is, according to the Astroflowers and the elements that play through your sign, how these vibrations are affecting the world that is around you in an element sort of senses. This will be a time stamped as well, this part of the video here, so you can go and you can just have a quick look at your individual sign and see how it plays into you. On the Astroflower, as I say, I pull tarot cards, and I have done your monthly readings, and I've done various other readings according to the monthly reading and according to the solar flares that come out there. If you wish to see that, it is also linked in the description below. So let's start off first with Aries. Aries, a pure fire sign. So yes, it's getting the juices going within you, I think, this activity that's been coming through. And certainly over that last eruption that we saw, that X3.3, and that filament eruption, I think that's stimulating your passions on the periphery around you at the moment and seeing what is possible. Because none of them were really hitting the earth, they were all going around it, as we saw. So we're going to be looking at the elements that are around you. So as I said, you're pure fire, that goes all the way around you. You're one of the 4 pure element signs. One of them is, so you've got Aries, you've got Pisces, Libra and Virgo. And you are the fire version of the pureness, basically. But you do have fire within you. You also have a lot of water that is within you as well, actually. So there's a lot of emotions. And this seems like there's a lot of passions that's really out there, but also trying to connect with your interior. And the influences, as I said earlier on, are going to be mainly fire, air and water, because the earth is doing the rest of the work, as I said earlier on in that whole sort of thing with the solar flare update. So we're going to be looking at the influences. So you've got, on this section here, you've got Cancer that comes into your sign. So you have this water element that is just here, just off your universal sort of petal. And also it comes from the earth side of Cancer, because Cancer's not a pure sign. It's 2/3 water and 1/3 earth on its circle, as it were. So you have in this petal here, you have this earth that's coming through with the water. Then above that, you have this mutable air that comes into your life through Gemini. So it's this reasoning, processing of what's going on. So on your relationship side, because this is what is concerned on this side, the elements that are around you in the outside world is almost as if like you're expressing to the universe emotionally what you want according to what you're living physically at the moment. That's the sort of vibration that's coming on, sort of saying, you know, I'm doing this activity and I'd like to do, you know, I do running, but I'd like to do a marathon sort of thing. And this is where it's pulling you out into the, what could I do next year? Because you're in your autumn period as well. So therefore you're going to be assessing a lot within you. So this is why you're looking to the longer term plan with the universe here, and maybe looking at sort of stimulating your emotions with possible activities or possible physical engagements within your relationships that you so wish to be happening at this moment here. And then you have this mutable air that's coming through. Above that you have that fixed earth from Taurus. But Earth, as we have seen, there's been no corona holes, so you're not getting a lot of that. So how you're connecting your past to your future here, and the longer term plan is you're being very, it may be helping you to be a little bit more sort of lucid in the way in which you approach things mentally. So there is a structure of how you want to get from A to B, but you're willing to adjust accordingly as long as you get to plan B. That's the thing. And I think that's what's playing through you, and the expression of your emotions at the beginning is very important. On your financial side, on your business side, it's a bit different here. You've got earth down at the bottom. So I think you're also been expressing the idea of emotionally what you'd physically like to do. That's the opposite of your emotional sort of side. But it is earth, so there's not a lot of interaction with those sort of things. Where it's mainly happening is in the here and now. And how you're connecting your past to your future, and that's where you get your fixed air coming in from Aquarius, which is all this solar cycle at this moment here is all about that. And I think within your financial world, within your job and your business, mentally it's very clear about what you should be doing. There's no ifs and buts here. It's very defined. How you go from plan to result, basically. But what is playing a little bit, which could be causing you a little bit of sort of stress and strain, is that mutable water that comes in from Pisces, your neighbour. And this here is, because it's playing on that, it's playing on those sort of self-doubts and so forth. So it might be under, you know, just as you scratch under the surface, there may be a kind of, oh no, should I, shouldn't I? But then once you look deeper, I think you're going to see that actually you've got the logical capacity to really take this on and use this energy that's coming through at the moment to put down a logical path for you to follow, which was sort of like make you feel a little bit more at ease with yourself, and then you can take or leave sort of the emotions that are going on around you at the moment. So there you go, Aries. That's one, you know, that's a way of interpreting the energies that are coming through to you according to the Astroflower. If you want to see your monthly reading, obviously it will be linked, the channel is linked in the description below, and I'll see you over there. In the meantime, I'll see you soon. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. So Taurus, yes, what's going on with you with your Astroflower, how the elements affecting you. As I say, we're going to be looking around. You've got your Astroflower here. We're going to be looking at the elements that are around you more than anything else, that are influencing you. We're coming up to your birthday season as well, so it is a moment of self-analysis, moment of part of the year where we look at what we've done in the past and what we'd like to do in the future. You know, it does play into that to look in the environment that is around you. I've just realised my scarf is really tight. Excuse me a second. Let me just... It is warm because it's still winter over here, obviously. So I just want to just loosen it off a bit. There you go. So I don't feel like I'm strangling myself. Yeah, so it's all about the energies that are all around you here. And on the Astroflower, our sister channel, I pull tarot cards according to your monthly readings. If you want to see your monthly readings and you want to see how it affects that tarot readings with tarot cards, you'll be able to find that on our channel, our sister channel, so the Astroflower, which is linked in the description below. But just looking at your Astroflower, which is a system that was created out of 20 odd years of doing energy healing myself and seeing over 20,000 people, I've gradually noticed the connections between birth signs and what have you, and I created a system that is there to try and help my clients deal with the ever-changing thing that we call life. And with you, Taurus, you've got that earth at the top there that you can well see, and then the fire that is below you there, and you're a fixed sign. And what you do have here is you have earth, fire coming into the bottom section here, air on this section side here, then you have waters both on this section here, and then you have fire and air on the top. So it reverts its role as it goes through you, as it were. But on every single petal, there's a lot of influence that is going on around you at the moment. And as I say, we're just coming into your autumn period, the 3 months before your birthday, according to the Astroflower. If you want to know about that, you'll find that on the Astroflower channel. So it is a lot of self-analysis. Now, you only have that fire that comes in through you here from Aries here, and you do have a bit of air that comes through you from Gemini, and then you get that water from Pisces, Cancer, and also Aquarius down there as well. So there is a lot of sort of recalculating of your emotions and logic according to the situations that are around you. But let's just go through the relationship side here for more than anything else. You've got that fixed fire, and it comes through from Leo. Now, Leo is the opposite of you. They have the fire at the top and the earth at the bottom, which is the opposite to you, and they're a quarter to you, which is all about the fixed thing. And that's what you can find out on the Astroflower channel. So here is all about the universe here within your relationships here is all about the sort of passionate side, and it plays beautifully into this and plays in a way that you should be constant within your passions, and that consistency within the world around you, your engagement in the world around you should be constant, but also at the same time it should be of something of great value to you, that you foresee as being valuable, so then you can have some sort of valor or some sort of nobleness to your actions within the universe that is around you. And that's what's really sort of like driving the ultimate subconscious and your karmic path. On this next section here, you have that water that comes in from Cancer. Now this is about the family more than anything else, and it seems like it's tying a lot on a direction, an emotional direction. It's putting a lot of pressure on emotional directions according to your family. That's what it feels like here. And it feels like you're sort of, it on the outside of what's going on around you, you're going to be looking there and sort of seeing how people are acting in order for you to see which emotions and which direction you need to give those emotions in order to make that connections with family, friends, community, groups of people more than anything else. Okay, and then on top of that, you get the your neighbor Gemini coming into you with that mutable air. So therefore, the energy as well at the same time is saying to you, don't take too much upon your shoulders here. Allow it, you know, you can be surprised by a situation, kind of, oh, I didn't realize they were like that. Okay, that changes my plan like that. And it's got to be a little bit flexible in your plan, and that's very much in the here and now, and that's what should be sort of playing through you. On your financial side, we get the sort of opposite in a way, because we get the fixed air at the bottom here. And I think this is where the universe is bringing, or the solar energy is bringing through a very practical, very logical, very defined logical way of doing things within your financial world, and it's inciting that even more and more within you, and your connection with the world that is around you is in a very consistent, logical way. Then you have that mutable water. Now this is pulling at your heartstrings in most other ways. You may be offered an opportunity, but this opportunity might be on the other side of the world, for example, and you're kind of going, should I go on the other side of the world? I've got to leave all my friends, my family. It's that sort of thing. It's giving you a bit of a emotional dilemma of how you take yourself forward. But you have this passion coming in, and I think that's going to be the overriding factor. That fire coming in from the outside of you is going to, if you follow your passions, that's where I think you're going to get the best results. You can see your full reading, your monthly reading, on the Astroflower. The channel is linked in the description below. You can see it under the playlist of monthlies, and you'll be able to find Taurus monthly. There is a playlist for that, and you'll be able to see your February reading on there. So I think this is that main sort of thing that's galvanizing you on your financial side, is definitely your passions, and it should be the weight that tilts the scales in the direction that you should be taking. Okay, yeah, there you go. I will see you either here or over on the Astroflower. In the meantime, yes, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Gemini, so we're going to be doing just seeing how the elements are affecting around you more than anything else in the world that is around you from the solar activities, and we're going to be mainly looking at water, air and fire, as we said earlier on in the thing. Here you can see your Astroflower, so you have that air at the top of you and the fire at the bottom of you. You have no air in the middle of you, so you're looking for a logical world around you, a way of doing things that is 1, 2, 3 and 4 as a result sort of scenario. But mainly we're looking at the influences of the elements that are around you, and according to your monthly reading. So on our sister channel, the Astroflower, this is a system that was being created out of doing 20 years of healing and 20 odd years of healing, and seeing over 20,000 people and connecting all the dots between the different sort of clients and stuff, and giving them a tool so they can actually use to engage in life in a much more productive way. So according to this Astroflower here, you've got the fixed fire at the top here, cardinal water, then you've got cardinal fire and mutable water at the base there, connecting to the universe. So this is on your relationship side, so let's just see what's going on there. So it's mainly on the surface here within your relationships here, and I think it's giving you a consistent passion in life. It's helping you to go forward and get the best out of life by having that consistency within your passion, and it's not allowing you too much of a breather. It's one thing after another. That's what it seems to be coming through. But what it's doing for you in the here and now is giving you a real direction for your emotions, and it's pointing out things for you to be going ahead and doing. You should go and see the planetary reading on the Astroflower. I think it ties beautifully in with that. a real sort of questioning of oneself and getting some really good results. And I think within your relationship side here, it's the consistent, passionate side of life which is going to give you the emotional direction in the world that is around you. So I would look for that within your relationships. On your financial side, it's much more deeper than that, more than anything else. There's this emotional section here where it's as if like, you know, there's something being offered up to you that you're not quite sure whether you should or you shouldn't take, it's pushing you into emotional areas of your life that you're not 100% sure about, and it's questioning a bit about your connection with maybe what you do as a job or a business or a project, and what you should be doing, and it's playing a little bit on that. But what is keeping you moving forward is that cardinal fire that comes into you from Aries. So it comes in right down on this section here, connecting to your past and your future, and it is that cardinal sort of thing. So within that doubt within you, obviously you're looking at the situations around you. If there is a direction of passion, this is like the directions of the emotions at the top of you there, but this is very much under the surface. So this direction of passion is kind of going, do you know what, I'd like to do that. And that's what's sending you in that direction there. And it's exacerbating the mutable water that's coming into you as well. So sometimes you may feel it's almost conflictual. And this is where you need to rely on that fixed earth, although there's not earth coming into you there, but it's within you. You know what you want out of all of this, and I would go ahead and get it. If you want to see your full monthly readings or the planetary readings on the Astroflower, as I said, the channel's linked in the description below. I will see you there for that. Yeah, we do loads more stuff here as well on the on Cymatic TV. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Cancer. Let's just have a look at how the elements are affecting your Astroflower. As I said, the Astroflower is something that I created sort of over a 20-year period, 20-odd year period, and seeing 20,000 people through healing and stuff like that. And I created a system that's trying to help people to engage in life in a very productive way. And with this, I'm using the elements and the birth sign. So what we're looking at is the elements that are coming into your sign more than anything else, rather than what is within you. And because this is where the energy is coming from. And we're mainly focusing on air, fire and water. And on for you, you have that air, the water at the surface and the air at the base. And the main influences you're getting is on your relationship side, and this is this side here, you have that cardinal air that comes in from Libra. And this is almost, it's sort of like the universe is giving you a very clear direction that you need to take in your life, a logical direction that you need to take in your life. And I think it's feeding that, because above that you have the earth, but there's no earth coming in, so we're not going to be paying attention to that more than anything. But it's in the here and now. Right at the top there, you have that fixed fire from your neighbor sign Leo that's coming in, and it's asking you for what is a noble part of your passions here. And I think it's sort of like, it's very cut and dry within your relationship side here, whether it works or it doesn't work. It's the way it goes, but it's got to do with your passion. And this direction that the energy is trying to open up in you should go arm in arm with very solid, very squared off, fixed sort of fire that gives you a constant direction within your life. And that's where you can marry the two in a really beautiful way. On the financial side, bit different than kettle of fish, you still got that earth that comes in the middle. So on the relationship side it's mutable, on the financial side it's fixed, but underneath you have that cardinal fire that comes in from Aries down at the bottom. Very, very passionate. So basically it's giving you a passionate direction this time. So it's the passion that's driving the direction within your physical life, within your job, your business and your projects. And I think it's coming into you as well. So it's giving you, it's sort of saying to you, your passions, you should be doing this. Now at the top here, you have that mutable air coming in from Gemini. And this is also a very processed sign. So as much as Aries is, which provides its fire at the bottom, you have a Gemini at the top, which also likes that planning, or that likes that 1, 2, 3, and the result is 4. Okay, great. That sort of scenario. But within that planning, there is space. And this is where I think you need to play with your logic in order to get the best out of this direction that's being signaled around you in your life at the moment. When you start sort of playing a little bit and having a little bit of flexibility within your logic, that's when you're going to get something that is really in tune with you. There you go, Cancer. If you want the full reading, the monthly reading with the tarot cards, etc., find that on our channel. It's linked in the description below. I will see you there. Don't forget, in the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Leo, right, so we're going to be looking at the elements that are playing around you rather than playing the elements that are within inside you. As you can say with your Astroflower, which is a system I've created over the last sort of 20 odd years, and 20 odd thousand hours of healing sessions that I've done with people, just to create a tool that helps people to confront life in a very positive way, confront the changing elements that are around them. So according to the Astroflower and your monthly reading, seeing on it, we're looking at the air, water and fire energies that are touching on the outside of your flower here. On this is your relationship side, this is your financial sort of side. Okay, so on your relationship side, we have fixed water, cardinal air, and then we got earth at the top. So we're looking at these two petals here, mainly on the relationship side, and on your financial side, it's the opposite. We're looking more at the surface here with the mutable water and the cardinal water coming in from Cancer on your financial side. So let's look at the relationship side here first of all. We've got fixed water. So what's going on around you is basically the universe is bringing forward the situations around you which provides very emotional situations that are very constant, that doesn't move too quickly, so it's very easy to deal with. It should be quite logical as well within that emotions, very 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of scenario, and that's what it's trying to highlight of your longer or your deeper connection with the universe that is around you. Now this petal here is, between these two petals here, is bringing the past to your future. You've got the air from the cardinal air from Libra. Now that's an incredibly logical sign. It's a pure sign. It doesn't have two elements in it like most of us, like your good self as much as myself. It has pure air, so it's incredibly logical, and I think this gives a bit of logic to your fundamental emotions of your connections with people around you, and that will be driving and giving you a logical direction for you to take within the relationships that are around you. And I would follow that more than anything else, and be very relaxed about how it's physically engaged in the world, I think, more than anything else. On your financial side here, we have the opposite, as I said. We have the air and the fire at the top. The air and the water at the top. Because there's no fire that's coming in here. It's all emotional and logical sort of stuff at the moment. On your financial side here, connecting the past to the future, it's using that Gemini logic of sort of processing things, of doing things in a very logical way, but having a little bit of flexibility within it. It's all about the planning, yes, but all the best plans can go wrong. And this is where I think you need to have a little bit of flexibility within your logic. So I think you almost need a plan B and a plan C. So if plan A doesn't work, you can move on to plan B and plan C in order to get there. But what is driving it is that cardinal water that comes in from Cancer. And this is about how it works with other people that are around you, groups of people. So this will give you that flexibility within that logic, will give you a real direction for your emotional engagement within your job and your business and your projects in your life around you, which will really help you to sort of like really streamline or almost, you know, laser focus how you engage in things. And we've seen that in your monthly readings with the tarot readings on the Astroflower. And if you want to see that, you'll find a link to that channel in the description below. Okay, so there you go. That's just a quick one, just an introduction to the Astroflower as well. I will see you soon, either here or over there. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Virgo, so we're pulling up your Astroflower here, and Virgo, you are pure earth, so you are resonating with the earth at the moment. You're taking everything that's coming in around you, and you almost may feel a little bit bamboozled, because like all earth signs, because we are looking at air, fire and water that's coming into in the world that is around you. And this is your flower that you can well see here, but the influencing elements that are around you is on your relationship, which is this side here. You have the mutable fire, the fixed water and the cardinal air. So it's affecting you on all levels and in all elements, on your emotional side, but also on your physical side, because here we have mutable air, cardinal fire, cardinal water and fixed fire as well. So I think this is a major influence of the world that is around you. So you may be sitting there looking out rather than looking in at the moment. And this will affect your monthly reading, which we've done in the Astroflower, which we do with tarot readings. If you want to see that, you'll find a link in the description below. So let's just start off on your relationship side here. I think here is with the mutable fire here, and I think this is encouraging you to get passionate about things, but to try things out and to look at very distant things. So you might like cooking, but then you might want to go on, I don't know, specialize into patisserie or in wine or something like that. It just seems like it just needs a little bit of movement on your passions in according to what you're doing in the world that is around you. How you're looking at your relationships on a longer term plan, the past to the future, this is where you get your fixed water. And I think you're looking, you know, what's happening around you should be giving you fixed emotions as well. Very constant emotions, not very high fluctuating emotions, although it was incredibly exciting, your monthly readings. But it's almost giving you a respite, almost like a bit of security within your emotions. And then above that, you have the cardinal air from Libra. Now, this is incredibly logical. So as you play around with your passions, or you should be playing around with the passions around you in life, connecting to that fixed, constant emotions within you, eventually, within your here and now, it's going to give it a real direction for your logic. So if I play with this passion, I have this fixed emotion, therefore I get this logical outcome. And I think it's becoming very clear for you in this month here, particularly in Aquarius. It's the purification birth sign at the moment. So, you know, and I think that's helping you to give that logical direction for you. On your financial side, we have the opposite here. So we have the air at the bottom rather than fire, and fire at the top. But here we have mutable air that is at the bottom. It corresponds to you. It comes into Gemini. Gemini is a very process-driven sort of mutable sign, which works beautifully for you, really, more than anything else. They like planning things, but it's because it's mutable as well, and it's in the universe. It's asking you to be a little bit flexible with your logic within the world that is around you, in according to your job, your business, and your projects, basically. But the thing that is connecting to your past to your future, and this is where it's probably the most important thing, is that cardinal water that is coming into you. And that cardinal water is giving you a real direction of emotional fulfillment within your job and your business and your projects. So if it's emotionally driven, whatever you're doing in a new direction, in a new career path or a new business, I would follow that. Because that's going to take you, you know, a long, long way. And you've got to be, and you've got this fixed fire at the top. And this is where you've got to be very consistent about where you're going, how you're engaging with life, how you're engaging your passions within your career, your business and your job. The moment you do that and you get that direction of your emotional fulfillment within that sort of world, I think this is where it's going to play beautifully for you in your life. And you can see that on your monthly reading, because there's a big question on you in the month of February that you're getting solutions from and allowing you to streamline and get rid of stuff that doesn't really help you. And I think that's really helping you enormously with this energy there. The full reading, as I said, is on the Astroflower. You'll find that linked in the description below. I'll see you either here or over there in the future. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Hello Librans out there, how you doing? How's this energy, these elements that are around the Astroflower affecting you and the world that is around you? So we got the Astroflower here. You are a pure air sign. There is 4 pure signs. There's you, there's Libra, Virgo, Aries and Pisces. And you have that pure logic within you. Now the thing is with air signs here, it's only the being affected by fire and water, so through your passions and through your emotions. And we're going to be looking at the elements on the outside here. Now the Astroflower is obviously something I've created over the last 25 years and doing sort of 20,000 hours of healing with people and creating a tool to help people engage in life in a really good way. And here we're looking at the elements that are around you, not necessarily within you, that are around you. And here we have on your relationship side, this is your relationship side, you have that mutable fire that's connecting your past to your future. And I think this is where you've got to play with your passions, testing things out. And I think the universe or the energy around you is trying to open that doorway for you. And as you do play around it, it's going to give you also at the same time coming into you that fixed water that comes from your neighbor Scorpio, and that gives you that consistent emotion, and it should give you almost like a respite in your life, emotionally within your life, in accordance to your relationships. It should give you something that's very much more sort of constant and makes you feel much more secure within your life. But you've got to play with these passions according to what you desire to have in the way of relationships or emotions over a longer period of time. And just seeing where things sits with you and what actually produces that consistent emotions within your life. On your financial side, it's happening all under the surface. You've got down at the bottom, you've got this cardinal water that comes in from Cancer, and then you have the fixed fire that comes in from Leo. So this cardinal water is the universe's, on your financial side, is really poking your emotions and trying to give your emotions a funneling sort of situation where you got to keep your eye on the goal. You've got to keep following it through. You've got to push the emotions in a very particular direction, rather than just letting it all getting panned out all over the place. And I think the universe and the energies that are playing into you is very much about that. And it's playing much to the higher echelons of what you desire in your life. With this fixed fire, this is a similar sort of thing of what we get with the fixed water over there, but this is how it's connecting the past to your future. And this fixed fire is about having a consistent, and the energy that's coming in around you is it's consistent passion for what you're doing. And it's also very noble, something that you can get behind, something that you can actually, you're convinced with, or you have conviction in. And I think this is what it's showing you here because of the direction, the emotional direction that it's giving to you in life. Really, really beautiful for you, more than anything else. This is all according to your monthly reading as well, which you'll be able to find on the Astroflower. The full reading can be found on the link to our channel in the description below. I will see you there or here, one or the other, whichever way it is. I hope this gives you a good insight of how to play with the energies that are coming through from the sun in the world and into you finally. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Scorpio, so we're going to be looking at the influences of the energies that are around you, the elements that are around you. So here we're using the Astroflower, a system that I developed over 20 odd years and seeing multitudes amounts of people in healing sessions, and created a tool so it helped people to engage in life in a much more sort of productive way. So we're actually looking at the elements that are around you, but just to see your elements here, you have that fixed water that is at the surface of you, and the fixed air that is at the base of you. But we're looking at the elements that are feeding your flower. And on your relationship side, you have that fixed air and that mutable fire at the top. On your relationship side. On your financial side, you have that fixed fire, and then you have that cardinal air at the top. So, you know, that's how the influence is happening on your financial side. Let's just have a look at your relationship side here. So the first things first is that fixed air at the base. This is where I think the universe is trying to show you within your relationships that there is a logical connection with the people that are around you. And I think it's good for you to follow that logic. Allow that logic to sort of be that guiding rudder that is behind you more than anything else. It comes in as well from Aquarius. So it's very family orientated, and it's very process orientated. So I think this logic has got a degree with the family and also the way in which you do things. On that fire at the top, that's where you get the mutable fire, which comes in from Sagittarius, your neighbour. And this is mutable, as I said, which is how you've got to play with your passions in the world around you. And I think the world around you will be stimulating that, giving you offerings so you can investigate or explore, and being very flexible in the way in which you put your passions into your life, or you allow those passions to come into your life. And that's based upon that fixed logic. So it gives you a sort of like a filtering system. The filtering system is that fixed air, and then you can filter it through all the different sort of passions that are around you, which will give you the best results. On your financial side, you get that fixed fire now at the base. So this is a plan that you should be going on. This seems like a golden opportunity coming in for you. And it's all according to your monthly readings, which you'll find on the Astroflower there. And this fixed fire is helping you to have a consistency within your passions, basically, in according to what you want out of life. And I think the universe, or the energy around you, is bringing in this fire or this passion into your life in a very consistent way. The thing you have at the top, though, and this is, I think, going to be more defining than anything else, is that cardinal air. And that cardinal air is giving you a logical direction in your life. I think through this fixed passion that plays into you, that comes in from Leo, very noble energy, very righteous energy that comes into you, and it gets you into accordance with your your righteous path, your connection to the universe. This cardinal air then allows you to have a very clear vision about how to put this all into practice, how to put this into perspective in your life. And it gives you a real clear vision. It should be giving you a clear vision of how to create or develop your career, your business, or your projects in your life. There you go, Scorpio. Thank you very much. Hope you did enjoy the energy update and this sort of reading here. I will see you either over on Cymatic TV, the Astroflower, for your full reading, or here on Cymatic TV for future stuff that we're doing all about energy. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Sagittarius, right, so we're going to be looking at the elements that are around you, and this is the Astroflower system that I developed over the 20 odd years to help my clients through my energy healing, to get the best out of life, basically. And your sign here, you have mutable, you are a mutable sign, you have the mutable fire at the top with mutable air at the bottom. But we are looking at mainly the influences of the energy that is around you rather than what is inside you more than anything else. And what we're looking at particularly is fire, air and water. So passion, logic and emotions, okay? And on your relationship side, and this is your relationship side, you get mutable water followed by fixed air. Then you have some cardinal fire, earth as well. But we're not really concerned about that. It's all happening on the deep side of you at the moment. And the universe here, I think, is playing with your emotions in a very nice way. Or it's asking you to play. I think this is more than anything else. That's what that mutable water's all about. I think the universe is sort of like teasing you in a way, sort of like, come on, Sag, come out and play, sort of scenario. And then you have this whole sort of fixed logic, this fixed air going from your past to your future, where it needs to work. This playing around and exploring your emotions does need to have some sort of logical connection from past to future. And it's giving you that. I think it's helping you to be very logical about what emotions you engage in with the world that is around you. And I think that brings in some really good stability within your life, emotional stability within your relationships, within your couple, with friends, family, community, with everything that's sort of happening around you more than anything else. On your financial side, this is a different kettle of fish. It's all in the here and now. And you have that cardinal air that comes across you from Libra, and that's connecting the past to the future. And then you have that fixed water that comes in from your neighbour, Scorpio, at the top, which is really in the here and now. And at the bottom you have mutable earth. So we're concerned about these top two here. And that cardinal air is basically sort of saying, if I want this, this is what I logically need to do in order to get there. And I think the universe is bringing that, or the energy around you is bringing that logic home to you. So it's becoming very clear about what you should be doing, when you should be doing it, and how you should be doing it. The thing is, it's going to produce very fixed emotions in accordance to that logic. So if once you start seeing that, if I logically follow down this road here within my career path, within my business, or within my projects, it should bring me these emotions. This is what's giving you the clarity or the purification of February, as we've done on the monthly reading on the Astroflower, where we pull tarot cards. And you can go and see your monthly reading by clicking on the link in the description below to the Astroflower. I think this is where it's going to give you a real sort of heads up on how you direct yourself in the future in order to get the best out of your career and your business and your projects. So there you go, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for being here. Either I'll see you over on the Astroflower or on this channel here, whichever it is. Don't forget, in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Capricorn, earth sign. Everything's happening around you at the moment. It's not inside you, it's all around you. And what we're doing is we're looking at the elements on the Astroflower. So the Astroflower is a system I've created over 25 years, seeing loads of people in the healing world, or the energy healing world, which I do. That's my daytime job, as it were. And I created a system called the Astroflower to help people in order to engage with the energy in a very productive way as you go forward. So what we're looking at here with the solar flares is the influence of the energy that is around you. Okay, and with the earth signs, because we're looking at air, fire and water, you have got all of those three elements influencing you as an earth sign. I'm an earth sign. I am Capricorn. I've noticed this as well. There's a lot going on around us, and this is as much for your relationship side as much for your financial side. So this is your relationship side and this is your financial side. So what we got here is we got cardinal fire at the base here. We got mutable water, and then we got fixed air at the top. So within this reading here, I think the message is where you're capturing it. It's very logical for you. How people are acting then defines how you logically need to go forward. I think that's where you're observing the immediate situation, and I think that's quite imposing upon you. What it's doing is, though, it's connecting, it's playing with your emotions as well, with the mutable water that's connecting your past to your future, the longer term plan. And I think this is playing heavily upon your emotions at the moment. But the thing is, with you, Capricorn, you have that earth at the top and water at the bottom. Now that water is really deep. Your emotions run very deep, and I think it's playing on your emotions on a very deep level. But your connection with the universe in regards to your relationships is very defined as well. It's very calculated. You know what you want in regards to relationships, and you know how to get to it or want to get to it through your passions. The thing is, which is playing the most is that logical air, and I think that's what's going to be playing the most on your relationship side. On your financial side, we have the same sort of situation, but in upside down, as it were. So we have cardinal air at the bottom, fixed water in the middle, and mutable fire at the top. I think the universe here is giving you a logical way of going. So basically within your career path, your business or your projects, it's basically sort of saying something like, okay, you've got X amount of money. This is what you can do with that X amount of money. You know, it's not a case of kind of going, if you have more money, you can do this, that, and the other. No, there's very defined logical ways of engagement in regards to your career, your business and your projects here. It's stimulating that sort of thing. The thing that's connecting your past to your future is that fixed water. Now that fixed water is fixed emotions basically. And I think once you start getting a definition of the direction, the logical direction that you take, for you, that logical emotional input into your career path, your business or your project is going to be very, very consistent. That is the underbelly of it all. Then on the surface, you get the mutable fire. Now that mutable fire is where you have to play with things. You have to be sociable, but you don't want to sort of put your flag into one place at the moment. It's playing around in order to maintain that fixed emotions and give you that cardinal direction within your life, within your career path, your business or your project. So yeah, it's all according to your monthly tarot reading, which we've done on the Astroflower. If you want to see that, there is a link in the description below. You can jump on over there and see that. It's not a problem. I will see you there for that. Or I'll see you here for more energy updates. I hope you get the best out of all of this sort of stuff, and it helps you to sort of engage in life in a very positive way. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Right now, Aquarius, it's all happening in Aquarius. Happy birthday to all you Aquarians out there at the moment. You have that, this is the Astroflower here. So this is a system that I developed over 20 odd years and 20 odd thousand hours of energy healing with people, and I created a system that's trying to help people to engage in life in a very positive way. And what we're looking at here is the energy that is influencing you, or the elements that are influencing your Astroflower. If you want to see your full monthly reading, there's a link in the description below to the Astroflower where we pull tarot cards according to the monthly, and also solar flares and stuff like that, which you'll be able to see. So we're actually just looking at the influences that are around you. Now, as an air sign, you have two influences, because we're looking at air, water and fire, really, because that's the thing that we were talking about that's coming through from the sun. And on your relationship side, you have this cardinal fire up here, which connects your past to your future, and you have mutable water at the top. So the influence from the elements that are around you is giving you a real direction to your passions in accordance to your relationships around you. It's basically, you know where you should be, or you know where you want to be in regards to relationships. This could be family, friends, community. This could be one-to-one relationships. You know where you should be, and you know the direction you need to put your passions in. And this is how the influence from the energy from the sun is doing for you, is helping you. It's helping you quantify that direction so much more, especially because you've got that fixed earth at the bottom, which isn't really doing anything at the moment in the way of sun and vibration. It's mainly giving you that fixed direction for your passions in regards to your relationships. The mutable water at the top is helping you to understand that if you really want that out of life, that fixed, that cardinal fire, that passion, if you really want that, you have to be a little bit more sort of flexible within your emotions in order to get the best out of life. A little bit more in the way of give and take. You have been very, over the last year, very solid in the way in which, and standpoint in which you do things, but now it's asking you to do, I think, more, to be a little bit more flexible, to give people a space to prove themselves to you more than anything else. That's the sort of feeling I get from it. On your financial side, this is on this side here, It's mainly on the depth here, because you've got that cardinal earth that comes in from Capricorn above you, to the side there, but you have that mutable fire and that fixed water that comes in from Scorpio. So basically here, more than anything else, I think it's going to be this fixed emotions. It's the fixed emotions of what the universe is offering you. Sort of saying, we'll give you this job, this will give you this results, and these are the amount of hours you'll have to do, and these are the amount of emotions you're going to have to put into it. And it's very logical, it's very consistent, it's constant more than anything else. And I think the universe is showing you this. It's on a much more of a longer term plan of what we're actually doing here on this planet. And for you to connect the past to the future, you've got to play around with your emotions, play around with your passions more than anything else. So trying things out, pushing your passions into one direction, push them into others, seeing what works for you. You can see this on your monthly reading as well. I think there's a big opportunity within your monthly reading on the Astroflower as well. And this will help you to define that real clear sort of opportunity for you as you go forward. Okay, so either I'll see you over at the Astroflower, or I'll see you here for other stuff that's all about energy as well. In the meantime, that's all of me left to say is don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy. Pisces, yes, Pisces, let's just see what's going on with your Astroflower. So the Astroflower is something that I've created over 20 years, with 20,000 hours of healing time with people, and I've created a system that tries to help people to engage in life in a very positive way, in a very constructive way. Helps them to avoid problems, illnesses and so forth. So there's a lot of things going on around us, as we've seen with the solar and energy update, and we're looking at mainly air, fire and water. Now you are a pure water sign, and there's only 4 pure signs. There's Pisces, there's yourself, Pisces, Aries, Virgo and Libra. So you have this water that is all around you here. And so you don't actually have any water that's influencing you from the outside, but you do have air and fire. And on your relationship side, this is about, you've got mutable air that's coming into your connection to the universe, as it were. And you have this cardinal fire that comes in from Aries, your partner, your neighbor. And this fire gives you a real sort of direction. But it comes out of an idea of seeing your logical engagement with the universe in a very different way. So then you can play with the logic within your relationships in order to give you a direction, or give you a clarity on the direction of your passions, of how you engage in life passionately and how you engage in your relationships passionately. So I would play with the logical engagement with the universe on the very mental sort of thing, to sort of see how it provokes that logical as well directional fire, which is all about Aries, that is all about the here and now, and how it plays out into your life. This will give you a real heads up on how to really get the best out of your relationships that are around you. On your financial side, we have a different kettle of fish. We have mutable fire at the base, and we have fixed air at the surface. Now this mutable fire within your financial world is playing on different passions, and I don't think it's a case of experimenting it. I think it's more of a case of kind of sort of saying, you're doing a job, you get passionate about that aspect of the business or that job, and then you get passionate about this aspect of the business or the job, but keeping them very separate here, and being able to flow from one passion to another, and keeping your passions on a very high level. And I think this is where the universe, or the energy, the solar energy, is really influencing you here. And the general outcome for this, because you've got this cardinal earth that comes in from Capricorn that's in the middle, which is incredibly logical, that connects to the past to your future. You have this fixed air at the top, which comes in from Aquarius, and it's all about the Aquarius system. Yeah, sorry, so it's all about Aquarius, and the monthly readings in Aquarius is all about this sort of purification. And I think this fixed air that's coming into you as you play around with your passions, or you separate your passions, as it were, it's going to give you this fixed logical mental aspect in life, sort of saying, if I do this, I can get this result, and if I put this passion into this aspect of it, I can get even better result. And this is where the purification or the energy is trying to help you at the moment. Okay, so there you go, Pisces. If you want to see your full reading, you'll find a link in the description below to our sister channel, the Astroflower, where you can get your monthly reading, tarot cards according to the solar events and stuff like that. Or I'll see you on this channel here as well. Whatever it is, thank you very much for your support. I will see you soon. In the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.